Okay, it's 2nd of September 2023. So 8:56 IST. I'm at Nice Bhubaneswar. Yamuna 401. Okay, so I will be reading classical mechanics, a bit of classical mechanics, or to be more precise, classical mechanics 2 in nicer course lingo. Okay, the point of this session is to read about or perhaps okay, I have a quiz on Monday. I need to prepare for it. The syllabus is rigid body motion. I don't know which pen. Rigid body motion, rigid body dynamics, or I don't know, rigid body motion. Okay, dynamics, motion, whatever, rigid body motion. So we did some stuff. I'll be revising that, and I'll end with explaining doing the computation of doing calculations of the precision and notation of top, basically the top dynamics. That should be interesting in the sense. Okay, I'll come to that. So yeah, doing the theory and finishing off with a case study. Perfect. Classical mechanics too. I'm in my, again for completeness, I'm in my, what is this, 7th semester. Okay, out of 10. Okay, so and now for the general remarks. General remarks I had in my mind regarding classical mechanics too. Regarding classical mechanics too. Okay, so somehow when I first started attending CM2 classes, classical mechanics 2 classes, I always had this opinion. I always had this like a disposition on classical mechanics that I'm not quite interested in seeing the dynamics of things. I mean, also although I'm interested in electrodynamics and field dynamics, but somehow legit solid dynamics is something that did not pick me. It did not interest me somehow. Of course, as a high school student in class 11, class 12, it was fine. I mean, see, first the one of the major things that unlocks your physical intuition on things is actually classical mechanics, right? You start reading about friction, you start reading about rolling motion, you start reading about those pulleys and stuff. It that is what unlocks your physical intuition. You start to think about stuff. You know why they are happening. This torque is being applied, these forces are being applied, and stuff. That's how in classical mechanics. That's how classical mechanics in high school was. Physical things का explain करना is the first physicsy thing. Okay, it's not electrodynamics, it's not field dynamics, it's all nothing. It's not quantum mechanics, nothing. It's just classical mechanics outside solid bodies का dynamics. That is the first thing that's the first thing that I would say that we started entering physics in high school. That was good. We did it. We studied some reasonable things. We studied bodies rotating, revolving around itself. Of course, we never solved two body problem. We just had one problem, one rigid body, continuous rigid body, like a rod, like a spear or something, and rarely we had multiple bodies. It was basically a energy conservation, angular momentum conservation thing, or maybe collision stuff, and So yeah, it was not much. It was not much sophisticated uh, analysis either. I mean, we basically use Newton's law of motion, of course. And now we have entered. We are in our undergraduate years, and we started classical mechanics one. Back in third semester, we did Lagrangian mechanics, Hamiltonian mechanics. We found that there are better ways to. I mean, there's a kind of better way to describe a system. Instead of always finding a force, you can just write a Lagrangian. I don't know, it might be easier to write a Lagrangian than chasing around something called force. But still, searching Lagrangian is also tough, I guess. But you use ideas of symmetry, intuition, and you add stuff into your Lagrangian. I mean, in conservative things, it's just L equals T plus V. But yeah, okay. So, but thing is, okay, yeah, we did classical mechanics one. It was a nice formalism of Lagrangian and Hamiltonian mechanics. The very rich mathematics that I have delved. I will delve in. I have delved in some, and I will continue to delve in the coming months. Beautiful mathematics, differential geometry, symplectic geometry, and all. And here we are in classical mechanics 2. See, the whole point of classical mechanics 2 is actually to explain the very interesting stuff that goes around in the world. That is the number one thing. I mean, of course, there are. I mean, I don't know. There are no major formalisms here, right? So it's like atoms, molecules, and radiation. You develop your things in quantum 1 and quantum 2. Quantum 1 gave you a simple picture of quantum mechanics. Quantum 2 gave you tools. Develop the tools on quantum mechanics. So basically, it's an add up on a quantum mechanics education, AMR, atoms, molecules, and radiation. Similar is the story for classical mechanics 2. Just adds up to your classical mechanics education in high school and Lagrangian mechanics from third semester. Now what you do, you explain the big stuff, right? You explain the big stuff, the basic stuff that one must know. That is interesting. Rotation of Earth, evolution of Earth, and rotation of Earth around itself. It's basically rigid body dynamics. There are some subtleties and yeah, but yeah, I mean, there are some effects, like interesting effects, like I don't know, wobble effect of something, and even the veritasium space rotate something thing, some effect, I don't know. Yeah, the Janet's-Gay effect. Yeah, the Janet's-Gay effect. Yeah, and sort of those things happen in rotation, and it's nice to see that one can. It's nice to theoretically, rigorously explain a dynamic motion happening around with your equation. That's good. Okay, so problem. What's the problem with this? Point is, they are interesting, yeah, but I never liked to actually. I was not actually in the mindset of delving into the nuts and bolts of this motion. I mean, I know that it could be explained, but somehow I was not interested to actually explain it. I went to the lines of to the depths of saying that I couldn't feel few motions, like the precision and notation, the concept of precision. I've seen many YouTube videos, but I never felt connected because I was not that much interested into it. I mean, I know that it happens for a reason. There is a legitimate equation resulting in it, but that is it about it. I mean, I was never fascinated about it. Yeah, there's something precision, that's very popular thing, it happens and stuff. So I went to the depths of saying that I don't feel few sort of emotions like precision, So I want to beat it. First thing, the first few thoughts in the first week of classical mechanics 2 lectures was that I want to beat this. I want to beat this. I am interested in physics. I'm interested in physical phenomena. So I need to be able to explain this, and explaining something rigorously is always pleasurable, and you have to do it. Okay, so that's the motivation that's guiding me in this course. That okay, I was not interested in this, but I should feel it. Whatever I'm doing, I should feel it, right? And I'm interested to feel it. So why don't we just feel it? Yeah. So this session is an endeavor towards that. I want to beat my disinterest towards explaining this popular motions of Earth. Earth को छोड़ दो, मैं अभी भी नहीं जाने वाला. Maybe I will someday, but I'm not that into it. But precision of top, it's a good example. I feel like that's a nice example that sir took it. I mean, it's reasonably good thing to explain. Yeah, but I want to feel this motion towards depth. Okay, and yeah. This is a 3-volume series, book series on nutation of top. That is something. That is definitely something. I can just open that book. Nutation of top. Book by Felix and who wrote it? And Goldstein. Who wrote it? Sommerfeld. Felix and Sommerfeld. I mean, what the heck? Top-ology? Oh my god. Oh fuck. The theory of top. Felix Klein. Sommerfeld. The interesting thing that it's downloadable. I mean, I think it's just because we have access to it. So what I'm going to do is first download all of these books, just for fun, just for sheer fun. Why don't you download things? Just download things. Okay, I'll go to volume 2. See, this is one thing. I cannot do things lightly. I mean, I just cannot. Okay, whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to give my heart out to it. I will get tired, and I'll do less maybe, but I will not sell myself. I mean, I not selling. I mean, I cannot live like that. It's tough for me to just live lightly. I have to do things in depth in whatever fashion. I mean, I'll do less. I'll go into depth only of some topics, okay, but I will do it. Whatever topics I will read, I will do it good way. Yeah, I'm not going to back out on that. I hate that name, but yeah. कितने वॉल्यूम्स है भाई? The fuck? And this cannot be downloaded. Oh shit. This you don't have access to. fair enough. Recents, this is volume 1. Top-ology 1. I'll just copy it. Oh, this is volume 5. Theory of thought. There's no volume 5. Perfect. Bro. कुछ भी आ जाएगा यार. Okay, that was my went out of classical mechanics 2 का disposition. Okay, my laptop is dead and I wish I had Goldstein or Fetter and Wallace का hard copies with me. I'm lazy to go to library and get it now. I just hope I don't go, or else I would rather just go and bring it usually. Let's just calm down. I get tired unnecessarily and okay, having no laptop, it really sucks for sure. And yeah, I don't have any source to read now. I just have to go back and forth between switching apps and iPad. It sucks.